This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
The Miami Dolphins, apparently, Mike McDaniel has added a couple of pieces to his coaching staff. First of all, he hired Tyrone McKenzie as an outside linebacker. He's a 36-year-old. And then he's also hired Darrell Bevell as a passing game coordinator and QB coach. Now, this is a guy that's coached Favre. This is a guy that has coached Gus Frerotte, Tavares Jackson, Brad Johnson, Brett Favre, Matt Hasselbeck, Russell Wilson, Matt Stafford, and now Trevor Lawrence. Okay? The good thing about Darrell Bevell is he's definitely a QB coach. And it's really, really cool to have a guy like this. And he's already had experience as a head coach on an interim basis. I think twice, right? I think he took over somewhere. Maybe Minnesota he took over after they fired a coach there or something. I forgot, or somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe it was, or maybe there was just this time. But he's got some experience as a head coach. That's good. He's got experience a long time as an offensive coordinator and a long time as a QB coach. And he's a good QB coach. Offensive coordinator, that's not what he's going to be here. So I don't have to worry about that. And I know that he was part of the whole Seattle thing and the pass, which should have been a run and all that stuff, but he's not going to be the offensive coordinator here. So I'm not worried about that. The offensive coordinator is Mike McDaniel. But what I love about having Darrell Bevell there is that that's a QB coach. And that's a real QB coach. And that's a guy that can work with Tua, a guy that's worked with all kinds of really good QBs. That's his thing, QB coach. He's been a coordinator and he's been a head coach and all that stuff. But really, I love this. And it's an experienced guy, way more experienced than McDaniel. And if you notice, McDaniel does something that Flo is not willing to do. He's willing to bring people over that have more experience than him. And to me, that's a passing grade. Whereas with Flo, he wanted everybody to be below him. And that to me, that's insecurity is what that is. McDaniel is secure with who he is and what he wants to do. And so now you got Bevell and you're going to make him your passing coordinator, QB coach. That's the perfect thing right there. That's what you want him working with, like he has with Russell, like he has with Favre, like he has with Hasselbeck, like he has with Stafford, with some of the he can, that's what he is. He's a QB coach, not a coordinator, and not a head coach. And there's nothing wrong with that. We've talked about this many, many times over. And so you start to look at when he hiring Frank Smith and along with Applebaum and then himself and everything else that they're working on now, they are clearly focused on fixing the offense, addressing the problems. Remember yesterday I made the Bill Zito comparison. This is exactly what it smells like. And can you smell what the McDaniel is cooking? Because he's cooking some sweet stuff. I love what he's building as an offensive staff. This is a real offensive staff, not the garbage that we saw here the last couple of years. While, everybody was, not everybody, but a lot of people were, you know what? Everybody pretty much in the media except myself was saying, oh, no, it's the front office. And then I was the guy saying coaching. Then we had people in the media and, of course, fans starting to figure out, coaching's actually really, really bad. And that's been the real problem on this team. And that's the reason why they didn't make the playoffs is because of coaching. And that's what I'm looking at right now. And I tweeted this out yesterday, and I'm going to tell you straight up, I apologize. I am sorry. Okay? I'm sorry for my enthusiasm. I apologize because I know the Dolphins have burned us over and over and over again. But guess what? I'm getting enthusiastic again, and I'm getting excited about the 2022 season. and the potential of the 2022 season. This is a 9-10 win team that needs to improve its offense. You get me a better offense, and we're in the playoffs. And we're watching the Dolphins in the freaking playoffs. This is not a rebuild. This is not a reset. Nothing. You got continuity on defense. You got continuity on special teams. Fix the effing offense. And what I'm seeing is a dude that's addressing the issues of this offense. He's getting the quarterback a quarterback's coach. He's going to address the hell out of the line, and he's going to make sure they can run the damn ball. So, I'm sorry. I get fooled again. I get suckered. I get reeled in again. Whatever you want to call me. Go ahead, Sean. Fire off the blind ass fan alert for yours truly. Fire away.
Blind ass fan alert. Look out, everyone. We've got a blind ass fan coming through.
Chia.
Yeah, exactly. The Chia pet is excited. I'm pumped. I think we got a guy that understands what the hell the problem is, like Blvd. And he's addressing the hell out of the problem. And I think they're going to do their best in the front office to complete that. Do you know why, ladies and gentlemen? Because there's actual synergy now in the front office and the coaches. They're actually looking at it the same way. Instead of having the coach want to fight you on everything because he knows it all, he can coach every side of the ball, he can draft all the players because, of course, he knows everything. So he's cock blocking half of the stuff going on and wanting it to go in another direction. That's why they wanted to fire his ass probably last year. And they hung on to him. And when it started 1-7, they said, enough's enough. The suckers in the media, the suckers in the fan base fell in love with the 7-game winning streak and forgot completely about 1-7. The owner in the front office did not and said, enough is enough. This is a playoff team and it's not in the playoffs. So we could talk about the first year and allegedly the owner wanting to tank, but then the coach doesn't want to tank. Okay, which, whatever. And now this year, well, the owner in the front office go, well, wait a minute, we're a playoff team and we're 1-7. So now you've got a coach and a front office working together in unison. I guarantee you the results will be different this year. You can tell already. This is not a combative human being that is at the top right now running the football team. This is a guy that is a problem solver. This is a people person. Which, by the way, if you're going to be a leader, you got to have some people skills. And Flo showed us no people skills. And I'm sorry, dude. The gruff, tough, growling, snarling, snotting, whatever head coach, that flies when you've got a bunch of rings. But until you get the bunch of rings, they're not going to tolerate you that way. You can't come in like some kind of tyrant when you haven't done anything. So it's about people skills. And I'm just watching right now from a distance something that looks like it's actually being put together that makes a lot of sense. We're not watching a guy pull guys out of high school to come here because he has no contact list. This guy apparently has a contact list. And he's got a deep contact list. And he is fixing the issue that they had. Frank Smith was very successful with what he was doing with the Chargers. Darrell Bevell has been a very successful QB coach throughout. What have I told you? That guy that keeps getting hired all over the place? Fans would tell me, well, What's wrong? That guy gets, he's fired and hired. That's because he's good. He's not the problem. He's part of the solution, and people know it. So you put him in his role as QB coach and passing coordinator. Fantastic. Applebaum must also know the blocking schemes, but at the same time, it's because if Frank Smith gets an elevation somewhere, Applebaum is being groomed. That's what this guy McDaniel's doing. He's playing chess. Everybody else is playing checkers. We're all just Matt Applebaum, not a lot of experience. Well, you idiot. That's because they hired Frank Smith that has the experience, and Applebaum will be the guy that will learn from Frank Smith because McDaniel knows down the line in a year or 2 or 3 he could lose Frank Smith, but then Applebaum will be ready. That's kind of the way I'm looking at it. So he's not only trying, remember what I told you about a head coach. It's not just about creating a staff now. It's about creating a staff for the future because you're going to hire and fire people. That's just the way it goes. He's going to hire somebody he's not happy with in a year or 2, and he's going to have to let that person go and replace him. And he's going to lose somebody that got elevated somewhere else, and now he's going to have to replace him. And he's going to lose somebody else that had to retire for some family reason or personal reason or whatever, and he's going to have to replace him. And he's going to lose another guy that's going to get a head coaching job in college, and he's going to have to replace him. That's what a head coach does. And a head coach has to think about what he's placing now and what he may have for the future. Because he has to try to groom. That's why you have these assistant O-line coach, assistant running back coach, assistant wide receiver coach, game coordinator, passing coordinator, run coordinator, yada, 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 all these kind of things. When you have all these extra assistants, those are the guys that are learning in the process. I like what I'm seeing from this staff. I really do. I think they're addressing the problem that the Miami Dolphins have had for a while. And now Tua has a chance to succeed. I cannot. This gets me even more pumped up for free agency and the draft. This is a 9-10 win team that needs to re-sign a couple of guys, and they can go get some guys in free agency, and they can get even better. That excites me. Now I get to see the quarterback actually hopefully have protection, have a running game. Now play action will work. Now an RPO can be respected. There's a lot of things that the dominoes will fall into place, and that's going to be a lot of fun.